Coming up on Good Morning Idaho.
Why are they coming at people so aggressively? Why are they zip tying kids and being physical with people?
We bring you full team coverage this morning of the aftermath of that multi-agency raid on a horse track in Wilder that resulted in dozens of people being detained and at least 5 people facing charges in federal court.
Enough is enough when it comes to the abuses that are continuing to occur.
Families now outraged at the aggressive response by law enforcement, firing rubber bullets at them while they tried to locate their loved ones. And families left with more questions than answers after a canceled news conference Monday afternoon.
Like, he's locked up and we don't know if we're going to be able to get him back.
Good Morning Idaho starts right now.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Good Morning Idaho.
And Good Morning Idaho, I'm senior reporter Roland Barris. Thanks for joining us. We've got a lot of important news to get to this morning. As we first reported last night, the FBI confirming a 5th arrest in relation to their massive raid at a Canyon County horse track. Officials say they arrested this man, Cesar Orozco, in Meridian last night. Now, a criminal complaint obtained by Idaho News 6 alleges Orozco accepted and tracked wagers in an illegal gambling operation at La Cathedral Arena. It describes him as a backpack courier who exchanged cash at races. And we are kicking off our team coverage this morning with Riley Shoemaker. She spoke exclusively with a young family member who watched helplessly over Facebook Live as her dad and her brother were detained at La Cathedral.
I'm neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, speaking with one Idaho teenager who is now recounting the moment she realized her father and 14-year-old brother had been zip-tied and detained during Sunday's federal raid at La Cathedral racetrack in Wilder.
17-year-old Estefany Torres was in Twin Falls when her phone started buzzing. Messages that ICE was at the races. Moments later, she opened a Facebook Live.
And we entered the live, and when we had entered the live, that's when we saw people running. We saw people, like, screaming. His camera was faced towards my brother and my dad. They were both faced with their backs. They had their arms behind with the zip ties already on.
Federal officials say the raid was part of a months-long FBI investigation into illegal gambling. But immigration agents were also on the scene, checking identification and detaining individuals. Stephanie says she watched helplessly on social media as both her father and her brother were in custody.
That really hurt me because my brother is literally just a minor, and for him to be having his hands like that, it's just like, why? Like, why does he have to be like that?
Her 14-year-old brother was released hours later. Her father remains detained, now moved from Mountain Home to a location in Utah. Stephanie says her 3-year-old sister keeps asking when he's coming home.
And we just can't find a really good way to tell her that he's just somewhere else, like he's locked up, and we don't know if we're going to be able to get him back.
The 17-year-old says this is something she's always feared, but never imagined it would happen to her family.
You know, when I would hear about it in the news, I would just, like, pray to God that it would just not be my parents. Like, I wouldn't want that to happen. And, you know, hearing it happen yesterday, it, like, really hurt me because why my dad?
Federal court filings show 5 people are now charged with operating an illegal gambling business at La Cathedral racetrack.
When asked, Stephanie did not clarify her father's immigration status, but she says he's still being held in Utah. The individuals charged in the gambling investigation will appear in U.S. District Court today. I'll be inside the courtroom bringing you the very latest developments, and you can always find our full coverage on IdahoNews6.com. I'm neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, Idaho News 6.
Families are still looking for answers one day after a massive raid at a private horse race track in Wilder left dozens of people detained. Immigration lawyers tell us those people are being held in ICE custody. I'm your neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey, and I was at that horse track all day Sunday, where ultimately 4 people were arrested, accused of illegal gambling in a federal investigation. We hope to ask FBI and local leaders more about their massive response, but that press conference was called off. Instead, the ACLU addressing the crowd of protesters.
Enough is enough when it comes to the abuses that are continuing to occur.
An ACLU press conference outside the Canyon County Courthouse. As family members push for answers after this scene unfolded Sunday at a private horse track in Wilder. High tensions and conflict between law enforcement and families. Rubber bullets and pepper balls being shot towards a crowd as police gained control of the scene. I was invited onto a nearby property to get a better look at the operation, where I saw ICE agents, DEA, FBI, state and local law enforcement set up a large-scale screening area where they were questioning people who were zip-tied or handcuffed.
Immigration will screen these people. What they do at that point, I don't know for sure.
I saw some people were chained by their hands and waists, agents loading them into vans. At Monday's press conference, we learned all children have been released. I was there when some kids were reunited with family. While overhead, police used drones to search for people in a nearby cornfield.
At this point, there is still a number of people who are detained. I can say that there are many of them who have absolutely no criminal history whatsoever.
Lawyers, local leaders, and family members all presented to a crowd of protesters.
I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm heartbroken, and I'm sad. We waited, we asked questions, and we weren't getting any answers.
Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis was also here for those protests and spoke with concerned families.
Several neighbors tell me they haven't heard from their family members since Sunday's FBI operation in Wilder. While children have been released, families tell me many parents are still missing. I'm your Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis, where nonprofits and community members gathered to show support for those detained.
An abuse of power. If they're doing their job, why are they coming at people so aggressively? Why are they zip tying kids and being physical with people? I don't want that in my community.
It was a protest marked by questions and concerns, but few answers, as locals gathered peacefully outside the Canyon County Administration building.
Everybody didn't know, like, oh, are they being taken away? Are they going to release people? It was just utter chaos. And then several people were there saying that they had children in there, and they said, where are our kids at? Why are kids being detained?
Luna explains that while they were walking onto the property trying to locate their loved ones, they were confronted by aggressive law enforcement officers. Began firing rubber bullets at them. Many protesters and nonprofits told me they'll continue working to locate their families and plan to protest at the state capitol on November 2nd. I'm your Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis for Idaho News 6.
The raid in Wilder is officially the result of an FBI criminal complaint. And because the complaint is now public, the FBI says that is why they canceled their afternoon press conference just 90 minutes before it was set to start. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris looking into that complaint to show you what is alleged against the owner of the track where the raid took place. The complaint against Ivan Tellez of Wilder was filed by Special Agent Jake Sheridan of the FBI. Sheridan says his experience comes from 5 months of training in criminal investigation. He alleges Tellez, who is a permanent resident living in the U.S. legally, was operating an illegal horse gambling operation at his property off Peckham Road in Wilder. It all started with a tip in February from an unnamed source known only as Confidential Human Source 1. Court records show CHS-1 has a criminal record but no felonies, and the FBI says he was not compensated in any way. Court documents allege Tellez had a permit from Canyon County to hold horse races, but did not have a license to conduct parimutuel betting. The complaint alleges Tellez worked with a bookie based in Oregon and showed a list of alleged wagers it found online. Court records also allege Tellez and his partners would use Facebook to recruit bets. It says wagers were between $1,000 and $2,000 generally. The complaint alleges that Tellez and the bookie, Samuel Bejarano, had online conversations about the operation. And it adds that an undercover officer recorded video of himself in September handing wagers to Bejarano. It also says Tellez made substantial bank deposits 1 to 2 days after every horse racing event. Now that the arrest has been made and allegations spelled out, well, they have to prove their case in a court of law. Tellez is scheduled to appear in a federal courtroom in Boise on Tuesday afternoon. Bejarano and 2 others were also arrested. In Nampa, I'm senior reporter Roland Barris, Idaho News 6. Legal horse racing had a long history in the Treasure Valley, but it ended back in 2016. Les Bois Park opened in the 1970s along the river in Garden City, and for decades the facility hosted live and simulcast horse racing and served as an anchor for horse racing across the state. But the site relied on so-called historical horse racing machines to make money, and to many average users and Idaho lawmakers, they looked and operated too much like slot machines. So in 2016, the machines were outlawed and the track shut down. At the time of the closure, a research study from Boise State estimated the track had a roughly $50 million impact on the local economy. And as we've reported, Treasure Valley gamblers could soon have a new legal outlet. 2 Idaho tribes are competing to build casino resorts near Mountain Home. At least one of those proposals includes a horse racing track. This is a developing story, and our large team of neighborhood reporters will continue to follow it for you. You can always find the very latest in all of our coverage at idahonews6.com.